DRS wide open, using a bit of overtake as you have to manage the ARS on this game. It's a bit more tricky to use as he's down in sector 2. So has he saved a bit more battery for the final sector? Used a bit out of the exit of turn 10, but heading into the final sector. What has Jensen got, and what can he bring to this pre-season race around Australia? Is he going to solidify his position on pole, or is he, you know, going to get overtaken by Ben Huskins, who's also on a lap? How's he doing? Do we know? Have a look. Is he improving? Yes. Jensen comes to line. Is he going to secure it? He cannot improve. Is Ben going to improve in sector 3 to secure his first ever pole position in fzrrr Tier 1? It's been a long time since he has raced for us from the commentary role, but here we go. Ben Huskins, he's going to go to line. Is there improvement in sector 3? There is an improvement. It's not pole position, or is it? It's lagging. I'm not sure. Did he invalidate?
No,
I don't think it is. I think he just gets a 15-3. He cannot improve by enough. Jensen Ralston, the reigning champion, is back on pole again. Well, let's find out the true race pace of these drivers. 29 laps face us, and Jensen Ralston gets away pretty well, and Ben Huskins can't get off the line quick enough to react. Is JTK gonna grab it down the outside? Here we go, round the outside, turn 1. Can he keep it? Can he make it stick? The Ferrari has got through. Ben's falling back. He's under pressure from Flume, Voiter and Nanu. Who else is on the charge? I see a Aston Martin, Seth Martin on the charge. It's 3 wide between LD, Nanu and Gary Freeleg. Outside line for Voiters. Lulu makes it through, and he's right behind Flume, but Jensen gets away well in sector 1. JTK on the back of him. Ben Huskins does manage to keep P3, but for how long? He dropped back at the start. Can he maintain pace? Can he close up on the cars ahead? He does not want to lose track. Slipstream is very valuable, but JTK is already on the charge, heading all the way up around Lakeside Drive as he's going to go into sector 2 now. Is he going to be the race leader headed into the chicane? He is not. Jensen Ralston covers him off into the chicane, but Jensen Ralston leads heading into sector 3.
Yes, everybody, lap 1 out of 29. Brilliant racing so far. JTK then round the outside. Can he become the race leader around the outside? What a beautiful move. He can make it stick in the rain as well, and he does. JTK on his debut taking the lead of this race so far on the first lap. Then as we conclude the first lap out of 29, JTK is your leader, then followed by Jensen behind, Ben Huskins P3, and then Flume, who's just trying to keep his footing going around the final corner. Of course, this wet weather can throw quite a lot of people off, but so far it hasn't been so bad at all. JTK quickest out of the lot on the first lap and leading this race on his debut. That is a lovely thing to say, and we'll see if Jensen can try and challenge him and try and get back at him as soon as possible. Moves going on down the grid. Nanu and Mark Noble. I think Nanu just got through past Noble, if I am correct saying that. Very easily lose your footing, but we do see the McLaren of Jensen already getting closer. Flume. Oh, yes it is. Flume going around the outside.
Oh,
Ben Huskins, he's got through. That was lovely.
Absolutely. Ahead just before chicane. Ben had to back out there. No options. We could have seen absolute carnage as chicane. I think JTK having to defend from Jensen, who's trying to replicate his move round the outside. Can he keep his footing into turn 12 and round the outside again? But no, JTK with the better line, better traction, better speed has kept that once more. But lap 3 is about to end. JTK has led all 3 as Jensen Ralston trying to respond but hasn't got anything left as Seth Martin go round the outside the final corner. You barely see a move round there, but Voiter's Luba has been displaced as Seth Martin up to P5. What a start.
What a start indeed. P5 for Seth Martin. Oh, and going over the curve a bit too much there, which is a big mistake. And can Voiter get through then? P6 at the minute, but can he try and take P5 once again? He's on the outside line, but breaking a bit later is Seth Martin, which does compromise him into that corner, but Voiter wasn't there and able to pick up the pieces on that occasion. But maybe they can come back and get through pretty soon. He's right on the back side of him, and anything can happen in these conditions as we will go... Will we go back? No, we won't actually. I'm not going to move away from this because Voiter is getting close to Seth once again and gaining. He's got the inside line through here and to the outside. There's a move as well simultaneously going on up ahead on Ben Huskins through past Flume, and Voiter getting through past Seth Martin round the outside as well. Bit of contact there, nearly going round, but Voiter in the Red Bull is through for now. Already, JTK with a bit of a snap there, but catches it once again. Now Jensen trying to gain on the backside of the Ferrari. He is gaining 1/10 now, the gap to the outside line. He's got the chicane next, sorry, into the second sector. Jensen, has he got it in him to go past him? I don't think he has yet. No, he hasn't, but he's sticking right on his rear wing. He is right there, right on the backside of the Ferrari. Can the McLaren make the move then? Is he going to go to the left? Is he going to go to the right? It is the left side, but he cannot find a gap so far. He is right on the outside of him. Can he try and just get the better acceleration through there, get through past the Ferrari and take the lead where he started? I think he can. The inside line is the McLaren's, and that is going to be the race lead for Jensen so far. But can JTK fight back? I don't think so at the moment. Jensen is your leader on lap 7.
What a move in Sector 3 from the reigning champion, and that's what it's all about. Reigning champion has the heat. Or maybe, did he have wing damage? I didn't see him change his wing in the pit stop, so I think it's all good. As JTK gets a 3-second time penalty, that's going to be a big impact on the race. As Jensen, I mean, all he has to do now is keep it clean, go to the end, and keep within 3 seconds of his rival here in Australia, as N-Life has retired from the Grand Prix. Few spins, it's just not how it would have wanted this to pan out for pre-season, but get the mistakes out of the way going to round 1. But JTK trying to go for a move on Jensen, but no, can't, not close enough heading into turn 11. But to tell you what, this battle between Voiter, Flume and Ben has heated up, as I think Voiter has passed Ben, who is now at the back of this little pack here.
So JTK into the pit lane, yes.
See what he goes on to here.
Big.
Another set of inters. Has he got damage from that little bit of contact? He has. Oh, no, he hasn't. I thought I saw a wing coming. But no, yeah, just into the pit lane. Probably going to try and undercut. Lap 12 of 29. When's Jensen going to call it as well? Is he going to call it this lap? Is he going to cook on this lap? Put a bit of battery on to try and gap him with a bit of an overcut? Or is he going to try and go for a bit of a tyre deficit? But we'll see. Seth Martin sets a 26.275 and has got the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far for the remainder of this race. But Voiter right on the back of Flume, heading into the chicane. Is he going to try and strike a move round the outside? It'll be a brave one if Flume keeps us in here. He has kept it in, you know. Round the outside goes Voiter's louver. Oh, he's got the inside line. Does Flume have the traction to fight back all the way up to turn 11? I think Voiter's going to keep this one, you know. He has done. Very nice move from Voiter's louver round the outside. Very brave move, I've got to say. Don't see many through there, especially in the wet conditions. But what a move from Voiter's louver. And he is flying in these wet conditions.
Oh, absolutely. That was a lovely move. And very brave as well. Really brave. But into the pit lane. Voiter, Flume, and also Ben. All three, yes, the whole pack into the pit lane. And they should be putting on the fresh inters. Yes, it is for Voiter. And then, of course, yes, the inters for Flume. And then who else we've got Ben in there as well, the new inters. But JTK putting the new fastest lap on the board. And he takes P4 then as he goes through past the guys that have just been into the pit lane. But the Ferrari of JTK, who was up there earlier on, of course, then made the pit stop onto the new intermediate tyres. He's trying to get his way through the pack. And it'll be interesting to see where he lands up when Jensen decides to pit, if he'll be ahead or behind, see if the strategies work for him. But yeah, 8 laps for JTK, 5 laps for Jensen Ralston. JTK's in the pit lane. Oh, this is very big.
Two-stopper?
Yeah, two-stopper, oh my god.
Drama. He's feeding us some absolute drama as Jensen has just taken the lead once more. The reigning champion as JTK comes out. He finds a nice slot actually between Ben and Nanu. But yeah, 4.5 is the gap to the cars ahead. But at the minute, Jensen leads the way. Voiter takes P2, Flume in P3 and Ben in P4. And JTK on the charge on these fresh sprinters in P5. I mean, what impact can he make now? Is he able to get through past them? This must be just tormenting him then. He can't get through at the moment. And the gap is 4 tenths to the closest driver, Liam Doherty, with a 10-second penalty. That's big. That is very big. And retires in the pit lane.
But, carrying on with this.
Oh, JTK round the outside, going on to Lakeside Drive, and he's got a bit of slipstream from Flume ahead as well. I think these guys are just going to want to let him through because he's going to get through at some point. But JTK, in with all this battling, could hold him up big time if he has any shot of getting Jensen at the end of this race. We'll compare the lap times as well at the end of this one. But JTK, can he go for a move on Flume as well? Is it going to be outside? Is it going to be outside, inside? We'll see. He chooses the outside line. We've seen him make many moves here before as well. Outside, bit of collision there on the exit, but JTK masterfully gets through and he's on the charge to try and deny Jensen the race win here today. Jensen also got a 3-second time penalty, so it's still on.
It is. It's absolutely still on the cards, and don't think it's not, because JTK is absolutely flying, getting past Flume just there, and now he's going to try and get through past Voiter. It's the Red Bull ahead of him, and the Ferrari pushing on as hard as he can. I think he's pushing the most he ever has in this race so far, and that is the move round the outside. And now JTK into P2. He's got 7.5 seconds, and the hard work starts now to try and gain up towards Jensen in the very few laps that we have left in this race. They've both got 3-second penalties. They're both even on that side of things. It's just if JTK can catch Jensen
of this fight for P3. But Ben Hoskins making a move, I think, on Flume, yeah, in turn 1. Nicely done from Ben, as, yeah, needs to keep consistent now to try and catch Voiter ahead. I think he knows now. Voiter's his fight. As Flume has that penalty as well, so no mistakes now for Ben Hoskins, and he's well and truly on for a podium here today, which would be a spectacular comeback.
I mean, like you mentioned, if he can do it, it might come down to the last lap. It's Dylan Ray. Is that
VSC?
VSC. Oh, love it. Spice things up, shall we?
I think that's going to be investigated after the races. I think Dylan Ray might have just retired on track there, which is forbidden in the rules, so we'll have to investigate that after the race. But that's definitely going to hamper JTK. Is obviously race now neutralised under the VSC, as it should get underway as soon as it can. But JTK was absolutely on the limit into sector 3 there. He was flying around, and Jensen needs a nice little restart when it goes green. Oh, Voiter's in the pit lane. Seth in the pit lane. Flume in the pit lane. Nanu in the pit lane. 3 laps to go. Interesting.
And he's got to gain quite a bit of time. That is it. We are going again. 6.1 seconds now the gap as Mick gets, I think it was a drive-through. Oh no, this is not good. JTK nearly spinning out, and he would have lost a bit of time through there. I will tell you that. But yes, all helping Jensen that was. 3.8 seconds then, the gap between Jensen and JTK. I do believe now it's a bit too late for him to come back. I think he might be able to still gain, but I'm not too sure if he'll be able to get through. Ben Hoskins, 3-second penalty. Is that going to affect him?
That might affect him, you know. 20 out of 29. Voiter's catching by a lot as well after his pit stop under VSC, and that could definitely cost him the podium chances.
Yeah, I don't think he can do anything about it now. He can still gain. He's going to nearly break into the 2 seconds. There he goes. If he had a few more laps...
Oh, he's hit the grass again. He's hit the grass again. He's nearly round. Is he round? He just saves it from going onto the grass again. But JTK, that's it. That should be over and done with. Jensen should be safe. I thought it was on for it. We're gaining two and a bit seconds on the last lap. But yeah, that's it. Big error at the hairpin at turn 13, and he dips his left front into the grass again, so not ideal for JTK. Big error. But Voiter and Ben, I think that's a big battle now to put our eyes on us. Ben obviously got that 3-second time penalty. Voiter doesn't, so 5.2 is the gap. We are on the final lap of this Grand Prix. The next lap we'll have will be in the first round of the new season, season 10 seasons of fzrracing. Crazy. Been a pleasure all the way through watching this grow and watching the grid get absolutely stronger and even more clean, as we've seen today. Some absolutely fantastic battles. But a new entry, JTK, throwing it up, throwing a curveball in the mix for Jensen. It's not going to be an easy season, as I mean, we're witnessing the start of a truly special rivalry, I'm sure, going into the next 12 races.
Yes, we are. And Jensen nearly losing it through there, but the McLaren has had an absolutely brilliant race. And JTK, the new guy, couldn't do anything about it, couldn't stop him in his tracks today. Jensen comes around the final corner, and after such a superb race, the McLaren, Jensen Ralston, takes the win then here in Australia. What a win and what a drive.
Is it enough, though, for Wojciech, who he just dips under the 3-second mark, and he's going to take the final podium place. He's going to rip it away from Ben Hoskins. The fairy tale return has been denied, and Ben Hoskins has been denied by the Season 6 champion. Heartbreak for Ben Hoskins, but it is only pre-season. It would be more if it was under actual point terms, but Wojciech takes that final podium place. I don't know if Jensen had a puncture there going around the final sector, but it was going very slowly. And for 1 second, I got a bit nervy around the final few corners, but he kept it under control. JTK just 1 second behind, but Wojciech, the plan did work. P3 after a very good drive in these very tricky conditions. But what a race, and what a preview of the new season. And, I mean, what are your thoughts on the race? New entry to SNR. And, I mean, just very clean, I've got to say, from myself. But, I mean, what have you got to say? First initial thoughts.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I've done commentary in a lot of leagues, but I've come here today and it is absolutely, just shocks me. It is, I can't even explain it. It's such a good and well built up league, you know what I'm saying? And everybody kind of works well with each other. It runs like clockwork, and today's race was just absolutely brilliant. If we keep seeing battles like that, the season will be perfect. Jensen and JTK. I mean, that was definitely one of the highlights of today's race.